What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. This time is for one of my favorite decks on Master Duel and in real life. It is a True Draco deck. So a True Draco is a pretty budget deck in my opinion because you don't have to run an extra deck, so you're already cutting off the cost of 15 cards. Most of the cards are reasonably cheap. I believe the most expensive cards are going to be your traps and stuff like that. But you can probably build this deck with around 55 bucks, and I'm still playtesting with the card version, but on Master Duel I have a really good one. If you guys want to see that one, let me know. I can do Master Duel content as well. But we have, starting off with the True Draco monsters, we have one Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter. So this is basically a one of, you can't run three. The True Draco monsters have the effect where, like, once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or card effect while you control this tribute summon monster, you can take one True King or True Draco continuous trap from your deck. So they each have their own effect. So this one gets a trap to your hand and you can activate it. This one gets a well, I'll go through them. So this is, you run one of, then you run three of the Majesty Maiden. What she does is basically she has the same effect. She has slightly lower attack, but she gets a monster from your deck to your hand, so that's really good. You run three of those. And then we have three of the Ignis Heat. Ignis Heat gets a spell to your hand or a field, either way. You run three of. Those are basically the only monsters that I run in the whole deck, so if you kind of don't pull any of these, you're kind of gonna be struggling a little bit. So it kind of does brick it bricks sometimes, but if you can at least pull one of these, I think you're pretty golden. So let's go on to the spells now. Let's see. Okay, so in the spells we run three True Draco Heritage. So what True Draco Heritage is that you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco and True King cards types, monster spells, or traps sent from the field to the graveyard, and then you can special summon a True Draco monster using anything, I guess, using a trap or spell. And when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. So that's really good. That's the effect of both True Draco spells. They both have that same effect, that once they hit the graveyard, you can target a spell and trap. So we run three of. Then we run three of the Disciples of the Draco Phoenix. So what this one is, you can target three True Draco or True King cards in your graveyard and shuffle them into your deck, then draw one. And then you can also special summon. Then, if it is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can basically add you can basically target a spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. So that's really good. So basically, those are the two main spells you're going to be seeing. We run one of the field spell because it's limited to one, the Dragonic Diagram. All True Draco and True King monsters get 300 attack and defense, and the first time each tribute summon True Draco monster would be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. So also the effect is you can destroy one other card you control or in your hand, and if you do, you can add one True Draco or True King card from your deck to your hand. So this is really good. It gives you a boost to your True Draco monsters, and you can basically not be destroyed by battle the first time each turn. And personally, my favorite effect is the one where, like, you just discard a card or send one from the field to the graveyard, and you basically get a True Draco card from your deck to your hand. So we run one of those. Mystic Mine. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, your opponent cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack. If you control more monsters than your opponent does, you cannot activate monster effects once per turn. During the phase, if both players contain the same number, destroy the card of the field spell. Pretty good. If you're going second, that'd be pretty good. Good old Card of Demise. Draw until you have 3 cards in hand. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent takes no damage. And all the cards that you can't place, you have to sent to the graveyard. So all the cards that are left over in your hand. Now you cannot special summon, but you can tribute summon, so that's why it works. This is a new one that I'm running just to, I guess, fill up the space. So this is while you have no cards in your extra deck and you are the only player that controls a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot special monster from the extra deck. If a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during calculation only. Once per turn, you can reduce level 2. This is Domain of the True Monarch, so it's a Monarch focus card, but it works with True Draco as well. Everybody's favorite terraforming lets you choose whatever. Upstart Goblin, so you can draw, hopefully get into a monster. Pot of Desires, you used to run 3 of, but now you run 1 because it's limited to 1. Banish that card from the top of your deck, draw 2. And I'm running 2 Pot of Dualities. I might put this to 3. Not sure yet how it feels, but that's basically it for the spells. Let's go to the traps. So we're running through 3 True King's Return. So what this card does is it basically, if it's sent from the spell and trap card, you can target one monster on the field, destroy it. So it's instead of targeting a spell and trap, the traps target monsters on the field. And then you can target one True Draco or True King monster in your graveyard, special summon and defense. And for the rest of the turn, you can special summon. And during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately, after the effect resolves, tribute one monster face up. Tribute summon one True King monster face up. So this basically what you want to do is if your monster gets destroyed, you activate this and you just keep bringing the True Draco monster back on the field in defense. So keeping you protected until you can make some good plays. But you run 3 of. This is probably one of the most expensive cards. I think it was $3 or $4, but this is basically like a lifesaver because if your opponent can't finish you off in one turn, you can just kind of keep bringing back your monsters. Okay. We run 3 True Draco Apocalypse. So what this one does is same effect. If it gets sent to the graveyard, it can target a monster, destroy it. And you can target one other True Draco or True King card you control. It could be monster, spell, or trap. And if you do, the attack and defense of all face-up monsters your opponent controls become half, even if this card leaves. And during the opponent's main phase, you can tribute summon one True Draco monster face-up. So the same second effect as that one. This one is like pretty good because if you want to clear the board, you basically tribute a spell. If you got to get rid of a spell, you can get rid of a spell. If you get rid of a trap, you can get rid of a monster, and at the same time you're lowering everyone's attack by half, so that's pretty good. We run 3 of those. So this is a really good card in the deck, the Monarch's Erupt. This is basically your skill drain. Let's see, focus on there. Yeah, this is basically your skill drain. So this card can only be activated if you have no cards in your extra deck and control a tribute summon monster. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field while those monsters are face-up on the field except tribute summon monsters. During your end phase, if you control no tribute summon monsters, send this card to the graveyard. So basically this is a skill drain for only your opponent. So it's kind of disgusting. I run 3 of in the deck, and as long as you have a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot activate effects of face-up monsters on the field. Basically this, you will lock them out. You want to kind of lock them out with that one. So you run 3 of. I run 3 of, there can be only 1. Let's see. Each player can only control 1 monster of each type. If a player controls 2 or more monsters of the same type, they must send some to the graveyard so they control no more 1. Basically, you're only going to be controlling 1 monster at most times in True Draco. That's kind of how the deck works. Since you have run so little monsters, you're only going to be seeing them probably 1 in your hand. And if your opponent summons like 13 different things, you just pop this and they have 1. And we run 3 of those. So now I run 3 Solemn Strikes. We all know what Solemn Strike. Monster would be special summon, or a monster's effect is activated. Pay 1500, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So 3 of, and see, this is the part where I'm still kind of testing it, so I don't know if I'm running it. But 3 Solemn Judgments. So you pay the half, you negate the activation. So right now I'm gonna do a little test hand for you guys and show you guys what you can expect from a draw hand, I guess. So I'm gonna power shuffle. Probably just edit this out. So I'm gonna do a little test hands right now. See what I can do. Draw 5. 4, 5. So right here you kind of drew pretty good, I guess. You see 2 monsters, which is good. Let me zoom out. So what you would want to do in this one is, if you're going first, set 1, set the trap right here. This helps protect you. And honestly, I would probably drop the solemn, set 3, and then during your opponent's turn you can activate True King's Return. Either summon the Ignis Heat to get another spell, or to the Majesty Maiden, but you kind of have 2 in your hand already, so you're not gonna want to pop this one and bring a spell. True Draco spell, probably the one that sends 3 in the graveyard and lets you draw 1. That's probably gonna be the best one. You'll probably, depending on how big your opponent's board is, probably tribute the that's a good one. Depends. If you want to knock out a monster, go with True King's Return and you'll knock out a monster. But I think in this would be better to tribute the True King's Return. Make your opponent activate. There can be only 1, and your opponent would basically have to clear their whole board. This also lets you pop it, so it will basically. Yeah, basically. So just kind of keep the board at 1. And then your Ignis Heat. Then let's draw 1. Okay, so we drew another Ignis Heat. Not bad. I guess you can activate your Solemn Judgment if you see they're going to do anything crazy. And from then on, you can either tribute the there can be only 1. And then bring out a monster like that. So that's a pretty good one. Now let's see if I can get one where like I don't have any monsters. So I'm gonna put that on the bottom. And then draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we drew no monsters. This is not that bad still though, because you activate terraforming. You're gonna want to go for the diagram one. Let's see, where is it? You're gonna want to go for a diagram, or to, what the hell? Whoops, thought I got diagram. Yeah, you're gonna want to go for a Dragonic diagram. Then if that doesn't get negated, you're in the money. Well, I guess it could get negated as well when you activate it. So what you're going to do is activate the effect. You can discard one. I personally feel like the True Draco Heritage is the weakest one. And then add a monster. You can do, I'd set these 3. Activate this and be able to special summon. Then get your monster. You're probably going to go for your Dynamite, because he's probably the strongest to get you more traps. And get you that, resummon. So you'd get a Dynamite, and depending if you're going first or second, if you're going second and they have a field spell or a spell on the field or anywhere, just tribute with that one. And now you have your 2 right here. So can't be destroyed by battle the first time. Gains 300, so it's at 2,800. You can activate this and your opponent only has one other monster on the field. If it gets destroyed, you activate this. It brings it back in defense in both turns and one time in each turn. So if effects do get negated though, because it wasn't tribute summon, it gets special summon. So you kind of have to figure that out. Or then next turn you draw one. Let's see what you would draw. True Draco Heritage. You can discard this, either get a monster or a spell. Right now you have 3 True Draco cards, so you can get Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. Get that, shuffle 3 back into your card, and draw 1. Basically, giving you a free draw 1 and adding them back to your deck. So, kind of a control deck, not letting them do anything right here. There can be only one, kind of really messes people up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. If you guys want to see another one I'm working on, I'm on a Sword Soul Tangy deck. But hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.